Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm really looking forward to doing just such a gentle class with y'all today. We're going to get started on the floor in just a couple minutes. However, if you're here with me early, I encourage you to either make your way to your space early or just simply get up out of your chair, move around a little bit, find some ways to make the area work for you. What does that mean for me? I'm going to light a candle so that it smells nice in here. Not that it doesn't smell nice, so that it smells nicer in here. So that I enjoy the deep breaths that we're going to take for class. Maybe you have a candle you want to light, or some incense to burn, or an aromatherapy thingy-majingy that you're going to start. Maybe you're just going to take a nice sniff of your cup of coffee or tea, or even enjoy the scent of your water. It's up to you. But we're going to get started in 2 more minutes on the floor in the easy seated position of your choice. And as per usual, there will not be any specific water breaks for today's class. I encourage you to have water or your beverage of choice nearby. Take some sips as you need it, but also think about challenging yourself to not always reach for that glass of water. And what do I mean by that? I mean that a lot of times, especially in a group exercise class, and I'm guilty of this as well. Fred, you're having fun over there. When the class starts to get challenging, or when we're doing a move that I don't love, I know that in the past I would be like, you know what, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna take a break. You guys keep doing that, and I'm gonna drink this water and just watch you do that move that doesn't feel easy or that I don't want to do. So I encourage you to come to class as hydrated as possible. If you really need a sip of water, take that sip of water. If you need to take a second to just take a breath, see if taking a breath can be the answer when the workout gets stressful or challenging, as opposed to reaching for these outside comforts like water or a towel to dab your sweat off or whatnot. All right, so I'm gonna grab this bird. Oh, you're gonna waste that one? You're gonna waste peanuts. Do you think that these grow on trees? Because they don't. They grow underground, Fred. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. Is it time? 1 more minute, everyone. Just going to check on the internet because I know I've been having some streaming issues lately, but we don't give up. No, we do not. There I am. Great stuff. All right. Okay, it's that magical time. So make your way to your comfortable seated position. Maybe for you, that's a kneeling position. Maybe you're sitting with your legs wide open. I'm going to take a prop. I'm going to use my um, meditation cushion and come into easy pose. And as you get here, the first thing I want you to tune into is your breath. So just notice where it is that you're breathing. Are you just breathing in the very top portion of your chest? And if so, I encourage you to use that next inhale and just work to get a little bit deeper. As you're tuning into your breath here, start to think about and notice what's happening with your body. How does your body feel today as you get started? Do you have any particular aches and pains? And if you do, it's normal. Just notice them. And we're going to try and create a little bit more space in those areas so that you feel better. Start to find some length through the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. your ceiling, and allow those shoulders to gently melt away from your ears. Maybe you even draw your elbows back gently to take an extra little lift of the chest. So while you're stretching your head up towards the ceiling, also tune into how your body is tilted. Are you leaning forward here or are you leaning back? Can you create with that length a draw in of the core to stack your shoulders on top of your hips as much as possible? And then check in with your head. Is your head jutting forward? Is it pulled all the way back? Find that nice neutral neck and spine position so that ears start to stack on top of your shoulders. And maybe that was easy for you to do today, and maybe that's hard. Maybe you're already starting to feel that a little in the lower back. If so, I really want you to focus on pulling that core in and finding some engagement of the front side of the body to relax and release the back side of the body. And if that's still too much, just take a moment, shake it out, and come back into your length as you can. All right, so we're going to spend at least one more minute here just breathing. I want you to think about why you came to class today. Do you have a particular reason? Is there something that is stressing you out that you're looking to let go? Do you have a change that you're trying to make in your life? And I want you to think next about something positive and how you can be thankful for creating this little time for yourself, because you should be thankful. It's an awesome thing to do. I know sometimes, uh, at least I still feel guilty about taking me time, taking time away from work or family or even the pets. Uncle Buck is having a whopper of a week. But taking this time for yourself helps you react to all those other stresses in your life so much better. So whether you're here for 5 minutes or the whole 30 minutes together, I hope that you're as proud of yourself as I am of you, because it really is an awesome thing. All right, next up, I want you to really focus on lifting your chest and sternum just a little bit more to feel nice and tall and proud. So imagine that there is a string right at your heart center, and we're lifting it up towards the ceiling. Not so much that we create an extra rounding in the back, just a little bit more to really roll those shoulders down and back. So start to gently squeeze your shoulder blades together. And if you haven't already, oof, ow, you might find that drawing your elbows back a little bit is going to help, and really focus on creating that length through the crown of your head. Sometimes I've had you squeeze a pencil between your glutes, but today I want you to squeeze that pencil between your shoulder blade and keep that engagement happening. I know that it might be hard or challenging. Keep that heart lifted. We'll take 3 more breaths here, and then we'll just start to find some gentle movement. Breathe in all the way down to the bottom of the diaphragm. So enjoy those long, slow, deep breaths. I know you're focusing on getting all of that air in. Make sure you're also working to get all of that air out so that each breath can be a little bit longer, fuller, and fresher than the last. We're just getting rid of all those toxic feelings in our bodies, in our minds. Awesome. So with your crown of the head still lifted and those shoulder blades once again rolled down and back, and knitting that rib cage together so that your core is engaged, we're going to take some gentle circles, and we're going to start them with the nose. So I want you to think about making a circle in one direction with your nose, starting off really small, about the size of a quarter. You can have your eyes open or you can close your eyes. I like to close my eyes when I do some of these. And we're slowly going to make that circle a little bit bigger, so we're getting about to the size of a salad plate. Still enjoying those nice, Slow breaths, make those circles even larger, get into the size of a dinner plate, still keeping those shoulder blades squeezed together. You got it. Go ahead, get one more time around in this direction. And the next time your chin comes towards your chest, allow it to relax there for just a moment. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift your chest, and inhale, lift your head back up. Take a moment and relax. So just shake it out. Good work. Come back into that length. So hopefully you remember which direction it was that you moved your head. Find that lift of your chest sternum. Roll those shoulders down and back. Squeeze that pencil between your spine. Knit your rib cage together. Your abs are engaged. We're going to go in the other direction, starting nice and slow. First, making those circles the size of a quarter. You got about $1 worth of circles here. I'll move on to the size of your salad or bread plate. Bread. So really think about the motion coming from your nose, a little different than just relaxing your ear to your side. Make those circles the biggest that feels good for you. Ooh. If you need to move a little slower or hold in a space because that stretch feels extra good, you can do it. Let's get one more time around. And once again, when your chin comes to your chest, next, go ahead, keep it there. Inhale, lift your head up. Great. Let's get a little bit of movement with those hands. We'll relax those shoulders a little bit more. Inhale those arms all the way up. Exhale, relax those shoulders down to your fingertips. Sorry, fingertips down to your shoulders. Uncle Buck, are you okay? I know you don't always love when I'm working out lately, but I love you. And you can sit down or you can sit on the couch. Okay? Thank you. Great. So with your fingertips here at your shoulders, we're going to make some gentle little circles. We're going to start off nice and slow. So first, elbows stretch down towards the floor. You're still lifted with that chest. You're still squeezing that pencil between your shoulder blades. As you begin your breath, inhale, chin gently comes towards chest and elbows start to kiss forward towards each other. So there's some rounding in the back. You let that pencil go. Maybe you can bring your elbows all the way together to kiss. Maybe they're just gently reaching forward. Next up, continue with your breath. Stretch those elbows as high to the ceiling as feels good for your body today. So maybe your forearms are framing your face. Maybe your elbows are all the way out towards the side. Continue with that breath. Elbows come behind us. Start to squeeze that pencil and then down towards the floor. Great. Let's go 2 more times. Same direction. Finding that rounding. Inhale to lift. Exhale behind you. Inhale, arms come down. Just make sure you're still breathing. And this time as elbows come down by your side, we're going to change the direction. So elbows behind us. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows come forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Last time in this direction. Awesome. And as your elbows come back down towards the floor, relax those hands down towards the floor. This time we're going to take a little bit more of that traditional stretch in your neck. You can either have your hands right in your lap for a little less intense stretch, or send those fingertips down towards the floor. We're going to walk our right hand fingertips away as you drop the left ear to the left shoulder. You can increase the stretch even more by flexing those fingers back towards your face and pressing through your hands palm. Keep that lift of your chest. Keep that knitting of your rib cage. And if you need extra stretch, inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling, bend at the elbow, bring your fingertips close towards your ear, and just allow gravity to help you find a little extra stretch through the right side of the neck. Awesome. If you use your left hand for extra stretch, inhale it up, exhale it down towards the floor. Go ahead, bring your head back to center, bring your fingertips back in, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. Great. Change direction of those shoulder rolls. Inhale those arms all the way up. Exhale those arms all the way down. Lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, knitting the rib cage. This time, start to walk your left hand fingertips away. Drop the ear to the opposite shoulder. You can stay here, or you can flex those fingers back towards your face. And if you want to, lift the opposite hand up, bend at the elbow, and bring your fingertips closer to your ear. Remember, both sides of the body are not the same, because just because you do something on one side doesn't mean that you have to do it on the other. Find what feels good for you right here, right now. Good. Are you still lifting that chest? Did your rib cage flare out? Really pay attention to the core right here as we get the stretch. If you took the extra stretch with your right hand, bring it back down to the floor. Inhale your head back to center. Exhale your left hand down. Great work. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms together at the center of your chest with your thumbs touching on your sternum. Really press your palms together for a moment. Can you bring your elbows to be about parallel with your hands, palms? Shoulders are still relaxed and released down away from the ears. Everything else is still just as engaged as it used to be. Awesome. With our hands, palms together, inhale, arms up towards the ceiling, or maybe just gently over your head. We're going to bring our fingertips towards the back of our head. So thumbs come onto the neck. You can give yourself some nice little massages of the sides of your neck right here. And start to squeeze those elbows in towards each other, just like we did when our shoulders were kissing. This time, find some rounding through that back. So we're decreasing the space between the lower rib and the hip. We're separating the shoulder blades this time. There's not a lot of pressure, or there should not be a lot of pressure of pressing your hands, palms against the back of your head. And if you're finding that, then go ahead and release your hands. Maybe you bring your fingertips to individual shoulders just to make sure you're not applying that pressure on your head. We're going to take 2 more breaths right here. Hi, buddy. And on that next inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, open those elbows wide, release your hands, find the stretch out to the side that feels good for you. Bring your hands down onto our knees. So we're going to enjoy a little cat-cow right here from this seated position. So really stretch those fingers towards the edge of your knees. And once again, find that same rounding action that we just had. We'll take a couple breaths here. So before you move into that cow position, just really focus on separating a little bit wider through those shoulder blades in this cat. And then get ready with your next breath. You can gently use your hands, draw your elbows back, pull yourself forward, find that squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more movement in the spine this time around too. Let's get one more time in each direction. And back into that cat. Sorry, cow. Yay, you're amazing. We're going to make our way all the way down onto the floor, onto our backs next, which should be some great news. If you found any of that sitting up nice and tall to be challenging, which is normal, we're desk people, maybe you haven't been doing this for a while, it can be a lot of pressure in that lower back. All right, so laying down on our backs. Next up, we're going to come into our abs section. Let me tell you about the first 3 moves that we're doing today. Oh, my needy little buddy, your face looks horrible, and I love you, and I'm sorry. All right, so go ahead, bend your knees. Go ahead, glue those feet down. You might have seen this on that we posted on Monday. This is the Corporate Fitness Works move of the month. It's some glute bridges. So you can relax your arms down by your side, open up that chest, shoulders stay down to the floor, gluing those feet down and without your knees coming out and in. We're just going to press up a little tilt of that pelvis to help lift yourself up. And then exhale, release it down towards the floor. So it's going to be move number one, keeping your knees in line with your hips, in line with your feet, and just working with your breath at whatever pace you're breathing to lift and lower. We're going to do 30 seconds of work of that glute bridge. Then keeping that lower back glued down on the floor, we're going to come into tabletop, and you got two different options here. If you want something a little bit easier, one leg at a time is going to tap down at the floor for either a toe tap or you can do a heel tap, which I think is a little bit more challenging. If you're ready for even more challenge, both legs are going to get tapped down at the same time, just working to keep this 90-degree angle in your legs and keeping that lower back down on the floor. Our third move is going to be toes all the way up towards the ceiling. If you need to have a bend in your legs or come back into this modified tabletop, that's fine. We're just going to reach up, lifting the shoulders up off of the floor for our last round. As you might have seen just now, I reached in the opposite direction to get a little into the side of the body. We're going to do each of these moves 2 times for 30 seconds. You got 5 seconds break between each of them to set yourself up for success. After one full round, we'll take a 30-second break and do it one more time. So plant your feet. Let's get ready for those glute bridges in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So chest is nice and open. Shoulders are pressed down to the floor. Think about really finding that tuck, squeeze, and lift, and controlled lower down. Uncle Buck is having some oral issues. We spent all day at the pet ER this past weekend. He's going back to the vet this week because he has a tooth abscess. Awesome. Good. Come into tabletop. I hope you enjoy this distracting talk about my needy dog. All right, we're either just tapping one toe down at a time, or tapping one heel down at a time, or you're tapping both feet down to keep in that 90-degree angle. Bringing your thumbs under your bum can help you to take a gentle little tilt of that pelvis to keep that lower back on the floor, to maybe take some pressure out. Or if you're feeling more advanced, take your hands a little further away, but make sure that lower back stays down. Yep, so Uncle Buck is having some oral issues, legs up towards the ceiling. Let's get ready for this last round. We're just reaching towards the outside of your heel. Poor little buddy. Unlike children, unfortunately, the dog cannot talk. Oh my gosh, there's a big crack. Well, I'm noticing a lot of things happening today. What a day. So really keeping that lower back down on the floor. We're going to decrease that space between lower ribs and hips. Go ahead, carefully plant those knees back down. You got 30 seconds break right now. 30 seconds break, and then we're going to move through each of those one more time. See how nice and gentle we're being, starting off the new year with some big stretches, some small movements, just to start to wake up that core. If you want, you can even have those knees drawn in towards your chest. Awesome. Plant your feet again. Let's get ready for those glute bridges one more time. Want to work the hamstrings? Walk your feet further away. And here we go. Lift and lower. So the further that your feet are from the center line of the body, the more we start to also work the back of the legs in these glute bridges. And the closer that those heels are towards your glutes, the more the focus is on just the glutes. But no matter where your feet are, right now, you're making sure that you're really pressing through those heels. You're not rolling to the inside or outside of those feet. Great. Lower back glues to the mat. Come on into tabletop and start to find those taps, those 90-degree taps to the floor. Awesome. Keep breathing. Keep that lower back down. You can even lift your head up off of the mat if you want to, just to get those upper abs involved even more. We're going to use them again in the next move in those toe tap reaches. Just giving you options if you're hungry for more challenge. All right, legs go up towards the ceiling. Draw that core in nice and tight. Find those reaches. So use that breath, use that exhale to really decrease that space. I want you to reach as much as you can. So not just little mini reaches. Exhale, really challenge yourself. You've only got to do 1 full minute of each of these moves today. Bless you. Awesome. Go ahead, release those feet down towards the floor. Take that windshield wipe through your legs. And the great news is we just finished up set number 1. Are you excited, Uncle Buck? That means class is almost over and I can shower you with attention while you sit on my lap some more. Because he's been real needy lately, y'all. It's okay because I love him. All right, so next up, we're going to do a little bit more of a Pilates influence move. We've got some single leg pulls. I think it's easiest to start this next one out with those knees towards your chest. So we're going to extend one leg in front of us. Shoulders are off of the mat. Extend the opposite leg and pull. So exhale, 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 exhale. If you need to take it easier on yourself and keep your head down on the mat, that's okay. Keep your head down on the mat. Maybe even shorten the movement or bring a bent knee towards the floor instead of a straightened leg, because as I showed you in the last move, having those bent knees and bringing them to the floor is a little bit easier than it would have been if we did those straight leg lifts. All right. So first up, we got a single leg pull, and then we're going to go for a double leg pull. So as those knees draw in, we lift our chest. And as we exhale, here's the harder part. Arms come up overhead, legs come straight. Inhale to come around. Exhale to come out. You're going to bring those heels as close to the floor as feels good for you without your lower back coming off of the mat. And then we're going to open those hips a little bit and still work on those abs. So just dropping those knees open or reaching towards the center. And if you want to, you can take some little side body reaches as well. Go back, stop messing with that thing on your face. All right, y'all. So we're starting with those single leg pulls in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So exhale, 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 exhale. Still drawing that belly in, keeping that lower back glued down towards the floor. Bringing those heels, even in this one, as close to the floor as feels good for you. Awesome. Take a second, take a break. Next up is going to be those double knee pulls. Move as slow as you need to. So drawing both knees in. Inhale to extend your whole body. Exhale. Bring it all together. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Make that big circle. Inhale, extend. You're worth it. You've got this. I know that this move is challenging. You're finding the range of motion that works for you. So good. Open those legs nice and wide. Or as wide as feels right. Reach. You got it, everyone. This is move number 3. We're in this 30 seconds. Keep using that big relaxed breath. More than halfway through right now. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take your 30-second break. Just breathe. You know all the moves that are coming up, and we're going to do them one more time. Work to make your exhale a little bit longer right here. Bring your heart rate back down. It'll help you feel relaxed before we get started. And the first move is those single leg pulls. You ready? Awesome. Get yourself into position. I'm going to start with both my knees into my chest and begin. So make sure you're not stretching that chin up towards the ceiling. Chin takes a gentle tuck towards your chest so that if your shoulders are off the floor, you got the whole shoulder off the floor. And you're not putting any extra strain in your neck. Awesome. Take a moment, relax it out. You're feeling that little burn in your abs. I know I am. Let's get this double knee pull. So both knees come in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale. Find that length. Oh, good work. Starting to sweat. Starting to smell myself sweat. Just kidding. I smell the delicious lemongrass candle that I'm burning. Thank goodness. All right, go ahead. Open those knees nice and wide. And let's start with this last butterfly crunch. You can have those heels further away from the center line of your body if that's what feels right for you. But you're lifting up, finding that gentle roll up with your shoulders. We're getting some upper ab work right here at the very end while finding this awesome hip opener. Remember, you can always take that reach towards the side in these last 5 seconds to get gently into those obliques a little bit. Oh, and the great news is that we made it. Yay. Just hang out here in your butterfly for a moment. Maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Maybe you would prefer to stretch your arms out towards the side. Keep that gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest. Get as much of the back of your head and neck flat on the mat as you can. Let's finish with some awesome movement through the thoracic spine. So we're just going to roll over to one side. Extend those arms in front of you. Knees are bent. Ugh, ugh. All right, I'm going to extend one arm in front of me because that's what feels comfortable today. And I have my head resting on the opposite arm. But if you can extend both arms in front of you, do it. We're just going to open one arm all the way up to the other side like a book and then close it. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time. Let's inhale, open. We'll stay there. And we're in a delightful spine twist. So use that exhale. Bring your opposite shoulder to the mat as much as you can. Just keep breathing. Awesome. Keep your arms spread nice and wide. Let's go ahead, plant those feet down on the floor. And let's come into our fetal position on the opposite side. Go ahead, bring those hands palms together. Just take a couple moments relaxing here. I'm just going to tuck my shirt in. Great. Awesome. So let's go ahead, open and close. I know I'm feeling some real tightness in my shoulder. So personally, I don't have the same range of motion here on this opposite side. But I'm doing my best, just moving a little bit smaller, maybe a little bit slower. Let's get one more, and then we'll hold in this delightful spine twist. Holding your twist while I tuck my shirt in. Good stuff. So just taking the time to relax, no expectation. It doesn't need to be as deep as the other side. You're just respecting your body, your breath, and your bird, if you have one too. We did a lot of awesome stretches into our neck today. I hope that they felt good for you. Maybe you've been at the computer a little bit more after the break. Maybe you've been affected by the weather or the holidays, getting in touch with people, texting more. These are some great stretches if you've been looking down at your device a lot. Awesome. Let's roll onto our backs one more time. Draw both of your knees in towards your chest. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips. Stretch your lower back sacrum towards the floor. Really pull your shoulders down and back around your spine. Gently rock side to side. And then either roll over onto your side or rock yourself up like a ball. Let's finish here in our seated position because unfortunately, that's all the time that we have today. So I encourage you to take a minute before you get up to notice how your body feels. Do you feel a little bit more open? Is your breath a little bit easier or more relaxed than when you came to class? And if you don't feel any of those things, can you think about one thing that you are thankful for that this class might have helped with before you get up and move on with your day? I just want to thank you so much for coming and taking and making this time for yourself. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that I said or that we did, know that you can always reach out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. And I can't wait to see you again on Friday for a nice, relaxing yin yoga class. Have a wonderful day.